A sniper sets his rifle and looks into a lavish compound where a woman is getting ready to meet someone. Shortly after, a motorcade arrives, and a man exits one of the vehicles. He is surrounded by bodyguards who quickly usher him inside the house and then stand guard. The man is having a good time with the woman when a bullet breaks through the bathroom window and eliminates him with a headshot. Elsewhere, an ex-Navy military soldier looks at a few pictures of his time in the Army. He thinks about several things. He then grabs his weapon and self-deletes. At the man's funeral, Master Sergeant Brandon Beckett wonders whether this is what will happen to him. He feels that his road will lead down this path, seeing as the deceased was quite a legend in the Navy. Yet he resorted to dying like this. His friend and former boss, Major Miller, explains that being in the military can take a toll on someone's mental well-being. Miller says he has a job for Brandon, but the latter refuses without hearing about it. He claims he wants to grieve. However, Miller ignores his wishes and directs him to a parked SUV waiting near the cemetery. Brandon is to travel to Bogota, Colombia, and help the DEA agents deal with a problematic case. Upon arrival, Brandon is picked up by an excited agent. It is revealed that Brandon has made a name for himself in his years as an expert sniper. At the headquarters, Brandon is approached by Santiago, who will be his personal assistant observer. He then meets Captain Garza, who is the in-between for the DEA and the Colombian police. Finally, Brandon meets Master Gunnery Sergeant Tom. Tom is Brandon's father, and although both are happy to see each other, they keep their personal relationship outside of the professional one. There is also a Homeland Security agent called Samson. Brandon learns that the DEA is after a drug dealer called Morales. No one had seen him in 10 years, but recent deaths have suggested that Morales is back in town. The deaths, including the one in the bathtub earlier, are of Morales' competitors in the crime industry. Furthermore, the precision by which the sniper executed the competitors shows that he must have had special training from somewhere. Suddenly, a woman storms into the meeting, angry that it had started without her. She is DEA agent Kate, who is in charge of this mission. She takes over, briefing Brandon about Morales and how intelligence has him on a private farm. The case is almost over, and Kate doesn't want Brandon interfering. Brandon explains that while this isn't what he is used to, he also wants to find the sniper behind the shootings. However, he feels it is too soon to attack Morales, but Kate wants to move fast, afraid that waiting will send him packing. Kate asks Brandon whether he will be of help to the case or if he will keep interfering. The following day, the team is ready to breach the compound and arrest Morales. Brandon and Santiago act as lookouts for the team, monitoring everything that is happening and being on high alert in case a new threat emerges. Tom and Samson are watching the events via satellite. As soon as the team forces open the door, an explosion occurs, and several agents die while the others are wounded. Kate rushes to grab her friend Garza and save him from the exploding debris. However, the sniper shoots at Garza, hitting him in the leg. Kate tries to carry Garza to safety, but the sniper shoots again and eliminates Garza. Brandon sees the sniper's location and fires, but the sniper evades the shot and runs away. Sometime later, the team discusses what went wrong in the mission. They come to a horrifying situation that one of them must be working for Morales. Brandon thinks the second shot had been intended for Kate, not Garza. Samson believes that it is dangerous to go after Morales, but Kate wants to find Morales and the shooter so that Garza's death isn't for nothing. Santiago takes Brandon to the CIA safe house to sleep for the night. However, Brandon feels the place is not as fortified as expected. He thinks that any sniper, no matter how inexperienced he is. Kate approaches Brandon, who is concerned about the sniper. However, her main concern is Morales, making Brandon ridicule her focus. Kate is so pissed off by this that she weeps silently over the loss of her dear friend Garza. She goes to a local pub and roughs up a guy who gets too handsy. Kate then meets with Father Carlos, who is an informant. Carlos explains that Morales had hired a sniper called El Diablo to get rid of all his competitors. Carlos promises to give Kate more information, but warns her to be careful. The death of Brandon's army friend still haunts Brandon, as he fears that he might self-delete too, due to the moral dilemmas that come with the job. His thoughts are interrupted by Santiago, who has seen something unusual on the roof. Brandon rushes up and faces off in a gunfight with the sniper. El Diablo escapes, but Jake has a bullet that can be used to trace who he is. The team sends the bullet's picture to Miller, hoping he can tell them more about it, as they are not easily procured. The team learns that the bullets are specially enhanced with lasers, allowing the shooter to control the bullet's trajectory. It is shown that most of the local thugs are loyal to Morales, not because they respect him, but because he uses fear and intimidation to demand loyalty. El Diablo wants Morales to pay him for his work, but the crime boss refuses, since El Diablo hasn't eliminated Brandon and Kate. Meanwhile, Kate gets a call from Carlos, who reveals that El Diablo has a local girlfriend. Still angry that Brandon doubted her commitment, Kate refuses to share this information. On the way to the headquarters, the team is ambushed by Morales' men. Santiago dies in the ensuing gunfight, and Kate flees so she can apprehend El Diablo's girl. However, she finds that the girl lives in a neighborhood full of small-time crooks. Sadly, these men are enough to overwhelm Kate. Brandon comes to her aid after successfully eliminating all of Morales' men. He knew Kate's location since she had dropped her phone in a hurry to leave. The two take the woman's locket with El Diablo's picture. They send the picture to Tom, and then Brandon says that as long as someone in the office still leaks information to the enemy, he and Kate will stay hidden in a secret location. The duo is hidden by Father Carlos, who tells them more about El Diablo. He is worried as he knows that El Diablo is a pro, and if the two are on his hit list, then they will end up dead soon. One night, Brandon tells Carlos about his friend's death and his fears of losing himself. Carlos tells him that the only way to ensure he is okay is to forgive himself for all the times he has had to ignore his moral compass. Brandon suggests they shake a few trees and see if Morales would reveal his whereabouts. Over the next few days, several of Morales' men are brutally slain. This makes the drug kingpin scared, and he seeks out El Diablo. He pays him all the money he owes him and asks that he eliminate Kate and Brandon. El Diablo pays a local guy to find where Kate and Brandon are hiding. This is how he learns of Kate's involvement with Father Carlos. Kate gets a strange message from Father Carlos asking to meet at a specific location. Kate suspects something is wrong, so she and Brandon go to a different building than the one they were instructed to. A car pulls up, and thugs hang up Father Carlos on a tree. Kate wants to rush and help, but Brandon reminds him of the trap. Brandon fires his weapon to set Carlos free, succeeding after the second shot. However, this gives up their location, causing El Diablo to fire at the site. Fortunately, the duo escapes, making El Diablo angrily execute the priest. Many people gather in town for Father Carlos's burial, as he was a good man who helped as many people as possible. At the ceremony, Brandon spots a thug who had escaped on the day they found El Diablo's girlfriend. Brandon chases after him and catches him. The guy refuses to confess anything, and Brandon wonders why he is protecting the man who eliminated the town's beloved priest. The man cries since he had also received help from Carlos once when he was living in the streets. He gives the two Morales' new location. It doesn't take long for the police to arrest Morales in his new home. However, everyone is still cautious since they know that El Diablo can turn up to rescue his boss at any time. Sure enough, El Diablo boards an airplane using a fake passport and gets into the U.S. Brandon briefs the team on the transport plan. Morales will be transported in a white van while another motorcade exits the building. This motorcade will lure El Diablo out as he will try to interfere. The transport motorcade leaves the parking lot, and to everyone's surprise, not a single shot is fired. Morales' men and El Diablo wait for the white van to pull up and fire at it. El Diablo hits it with a missile launcher. Brandon, already in position, quickly takes on the thugs, executing them all. Seeing no damage to the van, El Diablo fires again at it, causing Brandon to get his position and lock in the coordinates as he has a special bullet. Brandon fires at El Diablo with a high-grade military bullet, effectively ending his life. The team then turns on Samson, as he has been the mole all along. Samson tries to deny it, but the evidence against him puts him in the center. There are phone call records to El Diablo asking him to eliminate Morales so his record stays clean. The bullets have also been disappearing from the DEA's safe, not being bought as previously assumed. Brandon had deliberately lied about the motorcade to find a way to trap Samson. It turns out Morales was indeed in the motorcade, and the white van was remotely controlled. Seeing how carefree Samson seems about the whole deal, Kate angrily punches him for Garza and Carlos's deaths. In the aftermath of the confession, Tom retires while Brandon thinks of taking up a career with the DEA, as he and Kate have worked well together in this case. If you enjoy this video, guys, make sure to subscribe to the channel, like, and watch this video on the left as well.